So one of my favorite days is coming up, and that is Giving Tuesday. You know, it's the time of year that we're thankful for everything. Of course, with Thanksgiving coming up, so time to give back. We're talking about Giving Tuesday. Abby Garrison is joining us. Thanks for joining us, and good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Tell me who you're here representing. I know Causeway, but that can be kind of a generic term for those folks who are unfamiliar with the concept. Fill us in.
So I work at Causeway. That's my day job, and we are a kind of social innovation startup studio in town for people starting new causes. But I'm here today talking about CHAgives. So on behalf of a whole committee of folks who are helping organize the local Giving Tuesday effort. And there's a whole bunch of organizations. Causeway is one of them who helps organize that.
And now this day isn't something that's just specific to Chattanooga. It's an international day observed. Tell us more about exactly what goes into this day.
Yeah, it's actually really cool, and it's pretty young too. It's only been around for I think 7 or 8 years, and it's essentially the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, which means it's also the Tuesday after Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. The whole idea is that after all of this kind of overindulgence, if you will, that there's a day that we can celebrate giving and really highlight giving back to the community and generosity. So Giving Tuesday is all about that.
What's the benefit to someone who has a business that wants to get involved in this?
So there's a lot, and it's really interesting that how many businesses have jumped onto this. So obviously it started with nonprofits raising funds and awareness, but lots of businesses have realized that because this is such a marketing-driven event and day, I mean it's almost all entirely based online and driven through social media, that there's tons of opportunity for businesses to highlight the good that they do in the local community and to engage their employees as well. So much of the data says these days that employees want to work at places that give back.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's a huge opportunity for business to get involved.
Is this kind of, I know this, once this started here in Chattanooga, it seems like it just took off like a rocket.
Yeah.
And you guys did, if I'm not mistaken, kind of a record-setting turnout last year for this.
We did. So what was really has been interesting. So this is just the 4th year that we've organized CHAgives here locally, and last year it broke the $500,000 mark as far as how much was raised. It's all raised through individual nonprofits, and then we tallied up at the end. And we had no idea until we went to this kind of gathering of other community campaigns that Chattanooga was the number 15 campaign nationwide.
Wow.
And that's not per capita. That's like actual dollars raised was the number 15 highest campaign.
Well,
in
and
the
I was
country.
about to ask, you have a pretty hefty goal for this year in $750,000, and so that makes sense now knowing last year's story.
Yeah, exactly. So we toyed around with what the goal should be, and the committee came back with, and we talked to lots of nonprofits and lots of businesses, and we felt like we could make that jump because we did 100, then 250, then 500. So doubling felt
Seems
a little
natural,
ambitious,
though, right?
but 750 felt like a good.
We would love to double, though, right?
We would love to double. Let's hit 1 million, but we're targeting 750 for the day, and also 400 community partners being involved, and 200 nonprofits. So just lots and lots of. It's a community-wide effort.
And how does this money get spread around?
So like I said, it all goes directly to the individual nonprofits. So they use it for whatever.
And we're talking local ones.
We're talking local nonprofits. You can see all the ones that are signed up on CHAgives.org. It's all organized by sector, so if you're interested in kids' sports or the environment, you can go there and see organizations that are signed up.
How do we get involved?
So like I said, going to the website is probably the best way to kind of start the journey and figure out, but then also the day of. So on November 27th, we're doing a new thing this year. We're doing a pop-up party. And that's going to be down at Miller Plaza. And there's like 30 to 40 different organizations who will be there. They're each taking different donations for different things. The zoo will be there with their pop-up zoo again. The food bank will be taking food donations. Yeah, so lots of fun. There'll be music. We really encourage people to drop by there and check that out.
And you can get started on this pathway by one mouse click. CHAgives.org. It is CHAgives.org. Don't forget, the big day is November 27th, 2018, the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Hang in there with us. We have more of Let's Chat right around the corner.